Okay, cool. So I guess we'll try to work with this. Okay, she'll just be my little emotional support, I guess. I'm actually really nervous about this, so I am about to use my Sadie stickers and just like laying this on top of my cat. But this is the first time I'm going to be using the Sadie stickers inserts that I put in my 2023 planner. I did make a video about what that process was like, and I'll try to remember to link it down in the description box below if you want to check that out. But basically I had the idea of I didn't want to get rid of the dividers that came in this planner, but I did want to switch out the actual weekly and monthly view. And then I also want to keep kind of like the month overview thing from the Happy Planner. And so there's going to be a lot of like sticking together and pasting, and I'm pretty nervous. We're going to see how this goes. So I'm doing all of this to prep for the month of January. Usually I do a little bit of prep a month at a time just to put some washi tape down and things like that. But it's going to be a little bit more of an extensive process now since I have to paste some of the pages together, which I've never done. Ooh, I'm really nervous. Plus, I'm also a little nervous about putting washi down on the insert pages since the punches for the Happy Planner don't necessarily line up with the punches for the Sadie stickers inserts. This is going to be interesting. But just to make things easier, since this is a huge, giant planner, I think these discs are like 3 inches or something from Amazon. So there's a lot to work with here. So I'm just going to take out what I'm going to be working with today, which is my January section. Thanks for helping me out, Minerva. Couldn't have done it without you. So, ooh, this is the divider. So pretty. I really did like this planner. I can't remember what it was called, but this was a classic size vertical Happy Planner that came out a hot minute ago. Something with marble in it, I think was the name. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so this is the plan. This is the back side of the divider. I don't want to see this. I do want to see the back side of the last page that came in the Happy Planner like this. So I want the back of the divider to be kind of like this monthly overview page thing. What do you think, Minerva? Does that seem like a good plan? Okay, cool. Thank you for your opinion. And so I have to find a way to stick these 2 pages together so they won't open. And then I think I'm going to leave it like that. And then I'll be putting washi on each of these pages. Should I do that? I don't know. I've always put washi down, but maybe, no, I think I'm going to go ahead and continue on doing that. So I won't worry about these Sadie stickers inserts for now. I'll put those to the side. And then I got this Elmer's Craft Bond, which I think will be the best thing to use. I don't know. I'm making that claim based off of no other information other than just, oh, that sounds like it might work. Minerva is skeptical. But from my understanding, this is supposed to be like sticky adhesive on both sides. And I think it might be able to work better than like standard glue, because if I used, oh, she got fur everywhere. Great. This is a new white background and it's already getting messed up. Ugh. But I feel like if I used glue, it might dry like too hard maybe and then crack. I don't know. Does glue do that? The thing that I'm worried about is when I'm flipping through the planner later, this is a pretty stiff piece of paper, and then 2 pages together is going to make it more stiff. So it's not like I'm going to be bending or folding it too much, but it does need to have a little bit of flexibility as I'm flipping through. And so I need some kind of adhesive that would be able to accommodate bending just a little bit. So that's what I think this is going to be able to do for me. I'll try to remember to keep you posted to see like how this goes and whether it's working well or not. But I'm just going to go through. Oh, I can't do this in a straight line. That's fun. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna, this is interesting. I don't know if I've ever used anything like this before, but it's just making like these little like tacky strips. I don't know. Maybe I should just go around the edges. I'll add a few more in the middle. And then I'll try to line up the bottom. If any of you that are watching have done any kind of thing where you have to like stick pages together, maybe I'll put this underneath because I'm worried I'm going to make this stick to the board. But if any of you have ever done something where you have to like stick two planner pages together forever and ever for the rest of time, especially if it's Happy Planner, let me know what like method you used and like adhesive, if it worked. If you tried something and it was a hot mess, like don't get my hopes up. I kind of feel like when you're a kid and you're learning to use glue for the first time and it just gets everywhere. That's basically how I'm living my life right now. This is so sticky, okay? Which I guess is the point. And then I want to make sure that I get like every single edge. I don't know if it would be faster to just go down like this and then have to deal with the stickiness that falls in between, or to try to like get each little section at a time. Ooh. There are probably so many better ways to do this. But if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that the way that I do things is officially the most complicated and convoluted way that you can possibly do something. Okay. I don't know. Which side should I start with first? I guess this side is the side that like is the most necessary to get the punches lined up. That's most important, I suppose. Oh, I think I got it wrong already. I wonder how easy this is to peel back up. Well, how did I do? Not great. See, it's like, it's misaligned. Can I peel this up? I wonder if this is gonna, oh, no, okay, it's already starting to get a little bit more sticky. I'm assuming, just like with a lot of adhesives, that it's going to become like more stuck together over time. Like right now, it's possible to split these pages apart, but hopefully after a while, that'll become not possible. And then this is gonna bother me that it's not like perfectly lined up. So I think I'm just gonna go around and cut off the little edges. It shouldn't affect this page too much because it's just like a little bit, but, and then these are my non-stick scissors. So hopefully if I get any glue, or I don't know, is it glue? If I get any of the sticky stuff on here from the page below, hopefully I can clean it off relatively easily. I do, if you work with stickers or like anything that's some kind of like paper adhesive, like flat sticky material that you need to cut with stickers, I definitely recommend getting a pair of non-stick scissors if you haven't already. I don't know if I was like living under a rock or something, but for quite a long time, even while I was pretty far into my creative planner journey, I knew nothing about non-stick scissors, and let me tell ya, it is like a huge game changer. You don't realize how annoying it is when like these little bits of paper get stuck to your scissors until you get non-stick scissors and see how easy it is to just peel that stuff off. I'm sure there are other brands, but I think Fiskars is a pretty like tried and true common brand that you can get at like most craft stores. There might be ones that are better. From my experience, these are pretty good. This is ridiculous. This is gonna take me like a bazillion years. I'm gonna have to do this every single month, but hopefully the more I do this, the better I'll get at it. This is technically for February because for whatever reason, planners like to put the next month in as like the last page of the current month. So I'm gonna cover this up and put January up here and then get rid of some, well, maybe I'll put like a little next month thing. I don't know. With my current planner system, I fill out this page last to kind of be like a summary or overview of what happened during that month and do it in more of like a scrapbook kind of style. So I think I'm gonna continue that and wait to do this until after the month has finished. For this planner, I do intend on doing the same thing that I've always done, which is having a central like theme and color scheme for a particular month. So everything that I use for the month of January, I want to kind of match. And so I already have all of my kits planned out for the month of January. I'll go through each of these kits as I use them. What I also always do is put washi down like the binding side of each page. So because I like all of the kits in a certain month to match, I like the washi to match as well. And this tape from my stash is one that I think is going to match the best for these. I was hoping to use something kind of silvery, maybe something with snowflakes, but I used to have a ton of tapes like that, but believe it or not, I think I actually use them up. Winter theme washi tapes are some of the few washi rolls that I actually fully use up. As I was saying, so unfortunately, I don't have like a wintry, silvery washi tape to use anymore, but this is a close enough blue, I think it'll be fine. So this is also something that I'm worried about because it's going to be hard. I have this punch tool that I use. Once I put the washi down, I have to like punch the holes back onto the paper. And the punch tool is designed for the Happy Planner punches, but the Sadie Stickers punches are lined up a little bit differently. So we're going to see how that goes. It's also going to be interesting because Minnie is up here, so I'm also going to have to try to work around cat fur and not get too much cat hair in here. Do I want to cover up this? Is that going to look weird? Oh my gosh, she is like actually laying on my arm, of course. I think I would feel a little less uncomfortable if this was a thinner washi, but this is relatively wide. Oh, Minnie, always in my way. It's so funny because she always has to be in the middle of everything, but she doesn't like being picked up or anything. Even as a kitten, she used to climb on me all the time, but as soon as I try to hold her or even just like have her sit somewhere that's not inconvenient, like on my shoulder or something, she would be like, nope, I only just want to be able to freely climb. Okay, so let me show you how this looks with just a regular Happy Planner punch. Get that in there. Whew. That's a lot of pages to go through. Okay, this wasn't lined up perfectly, so you can kind of see between the 2 pages and the tape, it's not lined up beautifully. These are the pages I'm more worried about. And then this side is going to be interesting because this washi is too wide, and if I just line it up with the edge of the paper like I was doing on the other pages, then it's going to cut into the actual like day block thing, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to line it up with, oh my gosh, with the print. Okay, so like this. won't be perfectly straight then because I can't freehand this very well. Oh my gosh. If you can't keep your tail under control, I'm gonna have to kick you off. Okay, see how much extra there is compared to the other side, but that's fine. I usually end up having to do that just on the regular Happy Planner pages anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, Minnie just jumped off my desk and she just left like a giant cloud of cat fur everywhere. So that's, oh my gosh. Okay. So this is actually like one of the most satisfying parts, just cutting off this edge here. There have been times when I've used this like extra strip of washi for something. That was back when no white space planning was a thing, like legit no white space. I don't know. I was just talking about this with some planner friends, but do you remember when no white space was a thing? Like any little bit of blank page that was showing you had to cover with something. That was intense. We're getting close to that again with using like foiled underlays, but it's still not as intense as it used to be. Like, that was a lot. I'm just going to cut off the extra now because we're going to have to kind of adjust for the weekly view here. Sometimes I can just kind of run the scissors down. Yeah. It's kind of like when you're cutting wrapping paper. It's such a satisfying feeling. It's hard because it's not like a clean straight edge that you can run your scissors down because the little punches get in the way. Okay, that's close enough. All right, let's see how, I actually don't know how I wanted to do this because usually, well, in the past, I would align the edge of the washi with the edge of the print with that straight line for the last day. But since there's spaces between each day now, that might look a little weird. So I might just line it up with the very top of the punches here. Let's see how that looks. Luckily, washi tape isn't super sticky, so if I absolutely needed to, I could peel this up and start again. I'd rather not, but it is what it is. Okay, that might work. It might look a little weird, but it's better than the alternative. And if I tried to just eyeball a space, let me show. If I tried to eyeball a space to line it up like between the edge of the punch and the straight line, like it would go all sorts of crooked. Like it's already super crooked and I'm using a straight line for guidance, so I can't even imagine. Okay, let's see if this goes a little bit cleaner than the last time. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that's not perfectly straight, but once it's in there, you can't really tell. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna have to be careful because since these aren't dated and the space between the top and the bottom are pretty much the same, I'm gonna get a little disoriented and lose track of which is the top and the bottom pretty easily, I feel like. I wonder if this is big enough to not have to cut a new strip. Let's see. Hey, that works. Ooh, that's nice. With a little bit to spare. Oh, shoot. Okay, it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom, and that's going to bother me because I cut it lengthwise and I kind of ripped some of the edge off. But okay, I'm going to do that for the next week. But for this, I'm just going to have to cut a whole new strip. I actually like how thin of a strip this is. Like on the Happy Planner inserts, there's a lot more room for washi on the inside, and so a lot more is showing, but I think this makes it look a little less chaotic. Because clearly I'm looking for a streamlined, sophisticated look as I'm putting blue tie-dye craft tape on a planner. Okay, does it matter? I knew I was going to do this. Okay, it does matter, so it needs to go like this. Okay, okay. So there is a little bit of a spacing difference between the top and the bottom. There's, I think, slightly more space on the bottom than there is on the top. So if I flip it like this, you can see it looks like it's shifted down a little bit. So that's something to keep in mind. So luckily, if I get turned around again, I should be able to figure it out. Okay. I think January is one of the months that had 5 weeks of pages, so this is going to take even longer than it normally would. Ugh. We're going to get through this together, everyone. Even when I do this on the Happy Planner pages and it's a little bit faster and easier, I still think to myself, like, is it worth it? Should I even put washi on here? And I always think to myself, you know, maybe this is the last time I'll do this. Maybe I'll stop putting the washi on each page. And then every month I go back and do it again, and I kind of regret it, but I like how it looks once it's all down. And I like how it emphasizes that each page is meant to match. And then because it's thicker, to me, it feels like the binding side of the page is a little bit more reinforced. I don't know if that's actually true. If you're someone who uses washi or decorative craft tapes in your planner, comment down below. What do you use your washi for? Like, do you use it just for decoration? Is it functional for you? Do you go through Washi often? Do you have a specific brand that you like to stick to? I don't know what brand this is. I've had it for as long as I can remember, honestly. I'm pretty confident that I got it from Michaels, but even that could be wrong. I feel like Michaels doesn't have as much washi as they used to. Like, I feel like would go in there and I would get anxious because there would be like a whole wall of washi options, and I would get so excited and want to buy some, but then I couldn't figure out which one I wanted because there were so many options. And now I feel like there's just like a couple bundles of washi that they've had for like years and there's nothing new. Has anybody else noticed that, or is it just something I made up in my head? Oh my gosh, she's back. Oh no! Couldn't you wait until I was done with scissors? Oh boy. Okay, we'll see how this goes, but I don't like it when her face is so close to the scissors. Stop! Sometimes having a cat is like having a little toddler just always getting in your stuff. But back to the washi. Does anybody else feel that way about Michaels? I wonder if it's because they stopped doing those recollections planners. Which, why is that? Because I feel like everybody that I bring up recollections planners with are like, oh yeah, I miss the recollections planners. I really liked them. So it's not like there wasn't any need for them or anything. This is the last one. Yay! I still don't know what I'm going to do with this back page, but I know it's going to be awesome because I love a dot grid. I do have a lot of extra note pages and stuff in my functional planner that I like to use for things like journaling and, I don't know, kind of like a bullet journal almost, but not. But maybe I'll move some of that stuff into my decorative planner since I have all these extra pages that kind of like bookend each month now. Maybe I'll do that because I do feel kind of sad sometimes when I put all this effort in additional inserts for my functional planner, because I really don't look at my functional planner pages too much once I'm done. And I've actually considered just throwing them away at the end of the year, because when I go back and look at old planners, usually I just look at the decorative stuff and then just like the ugly functional stuff I kind of put to the side and never see again. Okay. Oh, now is the part that I'm nervous about. Okay. I tried to make lines on the bottom. Oop, this was dumb. I shouldn't have opened it upside down. Now I'm going to have little things everywhere. Okay, I was trying to figure out how to do this a little earlier, and this is my problem. Let me try to get out a Sadie Stickers insert page that I haven't already put tape on. So the way that this punch is designed, I'm supposed to be able to line up the size of the page with these little white lines here and then push it all the way back and then punch. But if I flip it over here, like, you can see the little like stem part of the punch is longer. So if I pushed it all the way back and punched, it would actually be punching the hole. So the little like mushroom head part would be up here, and then there would be like two little mushroom head parts. And I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter that much, but it would bother me, and then some of the pages would be misaligned. I don't know. In my head, it would be complete and utter chaos. In reality, that's probably not the case, but I did try to kind of line up how far in I should slide the page, and I put like a little tick mark in there. So instead of punching like this and putting the page all the way in, I'm gonna try to flip it over like this and try to line up with my little marks. Okay. This sucks. Whose idea was this? This was dumb. Just kidding. I know it was my idea. I am 100% at fault for this whole situation. Make sure that it's lined up on this side too. On this side, okay. Squeeze. Oh. Okay. Let's see how well I did. And now it doesn't have that little trap thing to catch all of these little hole punched parts, so these are just going to be everywhere now. Okay, did I do well? Maybe? Sure, I think. Let's see. These pages. Alright, this goes in. This should go in fine. Alright, I don't know. I think it looks good. Okay, let's do the rest. These ones are going to be a little bit different because I can see the top edge of the punch, or what should be the top edge of the punch. It should line up with the top of the washi tape, so it should be a little better. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't make any difference. Okay, I'll line it up. I'll line it up on this side first. And then I'll try to like grip it and flip it over so that it doesn't move. And then adjust the depth. Oh gosh, okay, I moved it. Maybe I should have put a mark. Okay, what I'm gonna try to do, I got a Sharpie, and I'm gonna try to get these guides and mark them on this side so I don't have to keep flipping it again and again. Okay, so this is about how it should be lined up. And then, how do I want to do this? Like a little bit further down. I don't know why I'm whispering now. I'm just concentrating really hard. Okay, and then we're gonna do this side. Yeah. Wow, I was way off. Okay. Well, I'm glad that this is Sharpie and it's on there forever. That's great. You know what? I wonder if Washi would solve this problem. Duh. Okay, I have like these weird little strips that I've cut off, and so if I line this up, this is so much work for such like a tiny thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if I line this up, why is it so hard? You gonna help me, Minerva? I've had way too much caffeine today and my hands are like shaking. Okay, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now let's see if that makes it any easier. So I'm gonna put this. My gosh. Okay. Okay, that was a little bit easier. Is it lined up though is the question. Let's compare it with the other page. Whoa. Well, okay, it wasn't perfect. But pretty close. Close enough that I don't think anybody will be able to notice once I put it in the actual planner. Okay. I don't know if I should be impressed that I was able to figure out a way to get that done, or if I should be embarrassed that this is even something that I'm attempting to do anyways, and a normal person just would have been like, this isn't worth it. The result does not justify the amount of work that is going into this whole process. Line it up with my little tape guides. The punches lined up. Ah, I moved it too much. All right, this is taking me like a million years. If I have to do this every single month, I'm gonna lose my mind. And I really hate the idea of giving up having a washi on each page, because that's something that I've done since like the very beginning. And I feel like it's part of like my style, and especially with using sticker kits, there isn't too much flexibility to have a unique style of planning. I mean, you can lay out the stickers a little bit differently, but at the end of the day, everybody's using full boxes for decorative boxes and half boxes to write your plans in, and there's a sidebar, you know, so having that washi in there really makes it feel like a more, I don't know, unique to me. Oh my gosh, that took 5 million years, but we did it. We did it, friends. Everything is in there. I'm going to try to keep you updated with how the adhesive situation goes on this divider page. See if it holds up, if it does what it needs to do. And then we'll figure out what to do with, whoa, hold on, something weird happened. Okay, it's supposed to go like that. Whew. And then we'll figure out what to do with these pages, as well as that last page. That's the dot grid, once we get to that point of the month. But for now, let's just worry about getting the rest of these inserts in there. There she be. Whew, that was really stressful, but if you're still watching, thanks so much for hanging in there with me. You can sit there, Minerva, but like, can you do something with your tail that's, you know, not in the way? Ow! Well, I wouldn't have to push you if you stayed out of the way. This is my view right now. It's so like perfectly fall outside. I love all the changing colors of the leaves. Planning on staying there for a while, Minerva? Probably.